So Wes,
Hey.
we watched a movie.
Yeah. Hey, let's kick off the October. We're gonna do some October movies, right? Some Halloween style movies.
'Tis the season.
Yeah, I'm in the mood already. We're recording this early for the listeners at home, but they will be coming out throughout October, and this is one of them. This is certainly one of them that we chose. I chose.
Yes, throughout the month of October, like you said, it's all about Halloween here at the Bizarre Show.
Everywhere it should be all about Halloween.
That's right. So to kick off our little Halloween celebration, you suggested we watch Night of the Demons.
I did.
You did.
Let's not bury the lead too much, but let's dive into the movie before we talk about our true feelings.
All right.
What do you say, Shawn? What do you say?
I say a lot, and I say nothing all at the same time.
I say a lot more than you do.
That's true.
A full moon. A spooky, deserted mansion.
It's Night of the Demons, a 1988 American supernatural horror film directed by one Kevin S. Tenney.
Right, the Kevin S. Tenney.
That guy. It was written and produced by Joe Augustyn and starring Amelia Kinkade, Cathy Podewell, Linnea Quigley, Hal Havins, and Alvin Alexis. The plot follows a group of high school students who throw a party inside an isolated funeral parlor. While attempting a séance, they accidentally release a demon locked in the crematorium that begins to possess them one by one.
Do you have any kind of history with this at all?
No, not this. I watched the remake a long time ago.
Yeah, I remember
it has
that.
Edward Furlong in it, one John Connor.
Yeah.
And the blonde girl from Freddy vs. Jason.
Okay.
I remember thinking it was okay.
Oh, I thought people hated it. I never saw it.
It's, you know what? I don't hate myself for watching it. How's that for an honest review?
That's a pretty hot review.
Yeah. What about you, sir? Night of the Demons, your history.
Yeah, a little bit. This was never on my radar as like a youngster who liked all the Halloween movies, the actual Halloween movies. I do like all movies that have anything to do with Halloween. Some are better than others. The first time I saw this was, of course, like I always usually say, was with a group of people and having a good time, drinking and making fun, and had a good time. And I watched it again maybe a couple of years ago, and opened up a beer, watched the movie around Halloween time, and thought it was fun. Watched it sober today, and let's talk about the movie.
So this movie was made in LA in 1987. Guess where it had its premiere? We talked all about it last time.
Oh God, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Detroit.
Yeah. Okay, that's
September
a great
of '88. It grossed $13.1 million at the box office. I don't know what the budget is. I can't imagine it was a lot more than that.
No, that's a good win. That's a good win, I think.
Yeah. Though it received a mixed critical response, the film would later become a cult classic in the years since its release.
Yeah, dude, like there's some people that really do think that this is like up there with like their favorite Halloween movies as far as movies taking place around Halloween. In particular, there's a podcast I used to listen to, Jimmy Pardo, the comedian. You familiar with him?
I am.
He has a podcast I actually just stopped listening to because they're bonkers liberal and they don't. That's all they talk about. All they talk about is how much they hate people that like Trump and stuff. And I don't like any of it, so I don't want to be a part of any of it. But there's a guy on there named Garen who is their like, he's like the guy that like Google stuff as they like talk, and he sprinkles in bits of humor and whatnot. He's a master's degree carrying horror screenplay writer, and this is his favorite movie. So I'll just throw that out there. People that actually have opinions do think that this movie is like way up there. So take that as you will, Shawn.
Teenage outcast Angela Franklin and her friend Suzanne. They're throwing a party at Hull House, a mortuary abandoned for its gruesome past and rumored to be cursed by evil spirits. On the way there, Stooge, Helen, and Roger drive past an elderly man. When Stooge taunts him by showing him his ass out of the passenger window.
Yeah, with briefs like on, like halfway. Like he wasn't like all the way mooning him. It was not a Fisher Stevens moon.
Pumpkin underwear.
Yeah, like some kind of, and he said, "Hey, look in the mirror, old man."
The elderly man curses at them.
You filthy bastards! Damn you all to hell!
And says they'll get what they deserve.
Oh yeah, he's got some kind of plan hashed out.
At one point, a nice young woman named Judy Cassidy tries to help him, but he just calls her a hooah.
I don't need to help you, damn little whore!
Yeah, go make my dinner, Yahuwah. he brushes her off, and like she like was like, I shouldn't have even wanted to help out an old man like you anyway, and runs away.
And we find out he's carrying apples and razor blades.
Apples and razor blades, which is my recipe that I make every Halloween for people that come around my place. And this is actually the most entertaining part of the movie, when she comes home and talks to her mom about did I get a phone call from so-and-so? And then all of a sudden she does get a phone call from her boyfriend. I forget his name. We'll call him Graham Wellington. Kind of a neat looking, rich boy looking guy. Tells her that he wants to take her to a real party, not some nerd school dance.
School dance is for nerds.
Oh, okay, sure, why not?
And she's like, oh, what? No, blah, blah, blah. Let me show you my butt real quick. Which she literally shows the camera her butt, like, on purpose, right? She pulls on her underwear and flips up her sweatshirt to show her butt to the camera, and then proceeds to put on some kind of Halloween thing. And then he talks her into going to this party that's at the Hull House. She agrees to it reluctantly, and then when she gets down to her bra, she opens up her closet. Little brother jumps out with a mask on, and the weirdest line of the movie is,
wow, but it's just boobies, sis. If you keep on going, you'll have to hire someone just to tie your shoes.
Yeah, we get to meet Judy's little brother, Billy. I fucking hate Billy.
yeah, as a person who grew up with two sisters, it's a weird thing to make a comment on it. He actually brings it up twice, but yeah, it's a kind of a funny line. It's stupid.
Billy is what set the tone for me for the rest of this movie, really.
Yeah,
sure. I hated Billy right off the bat, and it just didn't get better from there.
Yeah. So then she agrees to go to the Hull House, which is this whatever haunted, known, folklore type place. Meanwhile, mom is making turd treats, and their brother meets Sal, who I'm gonna call not the situation because he acts like some hey, little bro, I'll give me $1. Tell me where your sister's gonna go. You just like her because she has big bazoondas or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, he is all about his sister's tits. It's fucking weird.
It's fucking weird.
I don't have any siblings, let alone a sister, and that's fucking weird to me.
It is.
Judy and her boyfriend Jay Jensen pick up their friends Max and Franny for the party.
Well, but remember on the way to the party, they see that not Brian Bosworth, the fat Brian Bosworth with I think his name was what? Splooge, the big fat guy with the steps in his hair.
Stooge.
They see him on the side of the road with a flat tire with some other people, and they stop and say, "Do you need a hand?" And they go, "Yeah, hey man, thanks." And then they would do this.
See ya!
That was the funniest part of the movie.
When they arrive, the aforementioned boyfriend, Sal Romero, crashes the party. They start the party by dancing, and I have a note here. That party, pretty fucking lame. And I will give the remake credit, because the party that they set up in that one looks like an actual party. This is pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, it's no good.
They couldn't have gone to the local college, tossed a few of the theater students $50 to show up and just be extras.
I don't know. Yeah, sure. They could have done a lot of things.
The radio dies out, so Angela holds a séance as a party game, but they need a large mirror first. Luckily, Stooge finds just the right one. Helen screams when she sees a fucking terrible looking demon in the mirror, foreshadowing her demise. The mirror falls to the ground in pieces.
Yes. The thing that you just mentioned is egregious.
No, that's bad, man. That's really bad.
It's 100% bad.
Somebody took that to the director and he said, perfect. Oh, God.
Yep.
It's so bad.
Crash the mirror. Everybody gets freaked out, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the demon looks awful.
Like,
Please.
Okay, remember, you know what it reminded me of a little bit? Remember the demon puppet from Trick or Treat? How we thought that thing looked pretty bad?
I think so, yes.
This looks fucking really bad.
Yeah. We are in agreement, sir.
The group suddenly hears thuds below them, and the demon frees itself from the crematorium and possesses a distracted Suzanne, played by one Linnea Quigley.
Yeah, we know her. So yeah, we meet her because on the way to the party before what we just got to, they're distracting two weirdos at a convenience mart by showing off what looks to be a not very attractive view of a girl's butt and whatever with like a tutu thing, while Angela steals a bunch of stuff with like a pillowcase. And the third funniest part of this movie is when they leave, Linnea Quigley says, "Do you guys have sour balls?" And they say, "Yeah, we sure do." oh, yeah, I bet you don't get a lot of blowjobs, do you? So there's the third funniest part of the movie, and it was fucking hilarious.
To their credit, it worked.
That was literally the third favorite part of the movie.
Next, we get a scene that honestly goes on for way longer than it should, where the group debates whether the house is haunted or possessed, and we actually get to hear the difference.
A haunted house is a house with ghosts in it. But the spirits living in a house possessed have never existed in human form. They're pure evil. They're demons.
Yeah, they do explain.
Riveting.
They explain it away.
The group searches around the house, and the possessed Susan forcefully kisses Angela for the demon to manifest in her too.
Yeah, and that's when things get really interesting, apparently.
Do they?
No, they
do
don't.
they, Wes?
There was one scene that is good that comes of this, but it's not the lipstick scene. We'll get to that in a minute.
We'll get to it.
There's only two scenes that I even want to talk about after all this. It's the lipstick scene and the dance scene of the girl who's possessed, Angela.
Roger and Helen leave the house. Judy, Jay, Max, and Franny go downstairs, and Stooge and Linnea Quigley, I don't know her, what was her name? Suzanne?
Linnea Quigley's fine.
Okay. They go off to fuck, I think.
Or that was maybe the idea, but that doesn't happen.
Nope. After a boring story from Max, he and Franny wander off, leaving Judy and Jay alone. Meanwhile, Roger and Helen find no exit outside. But as Helen disappears, the demons call out Roger's name and he locks himself in the car. Back at the house, when Judy discovers that Jay only invited her to have sex, he abandons her in a room, only for her to apparently be locked inside.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to get it on with her. He just turns out to be an asshole. That's my big problem. All right, let's put a bookmark right here. That's one of my big problems with this movie. All these characters, Judy, Jay, Max, Stooge, name any of them. None of them are likable characters. They're all terrible people.
Yeah, it sucks.
There's nobody to root for. And the main character, she's a nice character, but she's a boring one. There's nothing to her personality. It's just a blank slate.
They all suck. I do like the lead character girl the most because she seems like the most normal, but everybody else sucks. That, you know, they got the Sal guy who sucks. For some reason he's from New York and nobody else is. And then the rich kid boyfriend who is just a complete douche, and he's the one that's slut shaming her as he's trying to bang her. And that's no good. Yeah, and then the Linnea Quigley quickly turns into a weird, I don't know what you want to call her. And then the main Angela girl has one great scene for what it is, and that's coming up. But yeah, you are correct, dude. Everybody sucks.
Elsewhere, Stooge wanders with Suzanne to find a bathroom, and he gets locked outside.
Yeah, he thinks he's gonna bone her. He thinks he's gonna make whoopee.
Inside, her face transforms, and she smashes a mirror before disappearing. Later, he finds Sal with Angela seductively dancing in front of the fireplace and begins to dance with her, but when they kiss, she possesses him as she bites off his tongue.
Bookmark. The song is great. It's shot really well. It's Bauhaus, Stigmata Martyr. It's a great song. To the fireplace, it looks good. The dance, she can move. She has the face now, but she keeps lifting up her skirt to show off her like thong, whatever. And she is moving around pretty good in a very weird way, dancing pretty much interpretively to a really good Bauhaus song that is kind of a weird, spooky song. The rest of the music in this movie sucked, and I wouldn't like listen to that. Like I wouldn't listen to Bauhaus on my own. Like you're not going to find it like on my phone, like files of Bauhaus songs on my phone. But I think the scene works, and it's the only real scene in this movie where it looks like they actually put like a little bit of time and effort into it. I like the dance. I like the way she looks in it. I like the fireplace. I like how freaked out the guy's getting, and the song does really work. Do you agree with any of that, or do you think it's all just complete trash?
No, I agree with that. There are a couple of cool shots in this film. This one, the one you're describing, is one of them. The second one that I thought was pretty cool was when the mirror first smashes, and you can see the reflection of all the kids in the little shards of mirror while they're talking to each other. I think that's a pretty cool shot.
Well, we can agree that those are probably the best two shots, and the rest of it was not given a lot of thought.
No, not at all.
But you have to admit, like that's kind of a spooky, cool sounding song. That wouldn't be like on my regular rotation, but it's a neat kind of sounding song. It's different and it's really dark.
It is. It fits the mood of the scene perfectly.
It does. It's like almost like they really tried really hard for that one scene.
Scene, yeah.
Yes, and they did a good job of casting that girl girl to do all that because like we have to figure out a girl who like looks good, lifting up her skirt that can dance really well in an interpretive kind of way, not like a traditional way, but like in an interpretive kind of way. And then, oh yeah, by the way, somehow we have the rights to this really kind of neat sounding song. So let's make this one like the only scene that people like you and I will actually enjoy. Everybody else that likes this movie likes it because it's campy and stupid and they think it's funny. Let's put a pin on it. And I talk about this extra long because I don't know what else I'm going to talk about after this. The scene is cool. The song is cool.
We probably have this movie. Now, this scene I had heard about before I watched this movie. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is the movie's most notorious scene coming up right now.
It has to have been.
Yep.
Oh, the lipstick scene?
Yep.
Yeah. The scene of the interpretive dancing is much better scene than the lipstick scene.
Oh, no, I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
No, the lipstick scene is just gratuitous. It's just there for shock.
And you are correct. It is known for that scene.
Yeah.
The documentary, whatever that's the 3-hour-long documentary that they did, In Search of Darkness. I think they talked about this movie, and that's the scene they talked about was the lipstick scene.
And like I said, I had not seen this version, but I had heard about that scene. And that scene's not in the remake, to my knowledge. I don't remember, but...
Okay.
Jay wanders off to find Suzanne in a bathroom with her breasts out and distorted lipstick all over her face and nipple, which, moments before, she had shoved the tube of lipstick right through.
How much of this can you show?
0.
I'm asking for a friend. And by the way, that friend is you.
Okay. I'm glad I answered my own question.
You did. So, yeah, that happens, and that's the famous scene.
Now, when Jay walks in, he doesn't question any of what he's seeing. He just dives headfirst into sex. Now, if that were you, if you see this, Wes, do you have sex or do you have questions?
Hey, dude, none of the above. I leave.
I have questions, then I leave.
I would never ask that person a question.
I'm too inquisitive not to.
Your brain runs much deeper than mine does. I would look at it, and in my mind, I would assess the situation without even opening my mouth, and I would leave. I would not be attracted to anything of what's going on with that situation.
No, not attracted. What the fuck's going on? Why do you have lipstick all over your body? Why are you just sitting in this room by yourself on this dirty ass floor? What is going on? I have questions, Wes.
Okay. No, yeah, you are an inquisitive guy.
I am. Then I would leave, regardless of the answer, even if it was something completely logical.
There's no way it could be.
There's not, but you never know. Weirder things have happened.
No, they haven't. That'd be the weirdest thing.
All right, fair enough. You got me there, sir. You got me there.
I got you in a technicality.
You do. While they have sex, she reveals her inner demonic appearance and gouges out his eyes in, my opinion, the coolest gore scene in the movie.
If there is one, sure, yes, that's it.
Downstairs, Sal tries to leave, but becomes horrified when he sees Angela putting her hands in the fire. Mm-hmm. You got that little moment.
That was actually kind of a cool scene when her hand came out of the fire, and I don't know if it's cool, but...
It was a neat effect.
They still had my attention when I was watching this today. That still had my attention, and then, just a spoiler alert, you can go on with your outline. I don't know how much more there is that I even paid attention to for the rest of this movie.
Back outside, Roger, who has fallen asleep at this point, is awoken from Helen's body crashing on the car. Back in the basement, the possessed stooge finds Max and Franny having sex in a coffin and murders them both. So the actress, Jill Terashita is her name. Guess what other movie she was in, which we are going to cover at one point in time.
Schindler's List.
Yep. Sal and Roger meet back up, and the two manage to free Judy, but are split up when the now openly demonic Angela chases after them.
Openly demonic? Like she came out of the demonic closet?
She did. She's marching in the demonic parade.
Good. She's a LBGTQD.
That's correct, sir.
Yeah. Okay, good for her. You know what? More power to her. Yeah, we're here, we're queer, we're demonic, we're symphonic.
No, you don't leave in the queer. You say, we're here, we're demonic.
No, we're bubonic, we're demonic, we're here, we love it here. What? That doesn't make any sense.
Hiding from Angela, Sal and Judy discover Suzanne with Jay's body before Sal is thrown out of a window. Judy escapes and she evades the demons throughout the house.
Yep.
She finds, what's their names? Jay and Franny. Other than that, it's kind of uneventful.
My phone was in my hand within seconds after what you were saying was happening. My phone was in my hand automatically, and I was looking up stuff on my phone. And the whole rest of the movie, until the very end when the old old man and the old woman came back in. Yeah.
Well, I'll walk us through the rest.
Please put us back on the rails.
When she attempts to climb down and Angela tries to kill her, Sal appears to fight her off and they both fall off the roof, with Sal impaled on a spike.
Good for him. I hate that guy.
Judy hilariously jumps to safety, and once again, her and Roger are chased by demons. I say once again because, much like Friday the 13th Part 1's chase scene, this goes on for a little too long. They lock themselves in the crematorium. Just as Angela and Stooge break through the door, she uses a pipe funneling gas and ignites it to torch them. They escape upstairs and are cornered by the demons, including a burnt Angela and Stooge, and the demon-possessed undead bodies of all their friends. Roger smashes through a window that leads them outside, and they begin to climb up a wall by grabbing on the barbed wire around it, but the demons try to drag down Judy by her ankles. Made it!
They do. And Roger's, come on, climb up. He got his arm down there. Come on, climb up my arm, blah, blah, blah. Put your hands on the barbed wire. I'm just saying words now. I think I put down my phone for a second to see what was happening here. She does get up there. They fall over the other side of whatever they're on. I don't know. And then do we cut to the old people? I have no fucking clue.
Nope, not yet.
All right. Oh, come on.
As the sun rises to destroy the possessed corpses and banish the demons back to hell.
Thank Christ.
A severely shaken Judy and Roger walk home together, and they pass by the elderly man, who watches them with disgust. He then enters his home to eat one of his wife's homemade pies, only to realize too late that she used the apples that he placed the razor blades in.
Yeah, because you just throw those things in the fridge and let them sit. So we're meant to believe that he's handed out some of those the night before, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so kids are dying, planes are flying, people are dying, just like 9/11. Never forget. By the way, when you eat a pie that has razors in it, you won't notice that there's razors in it until your throat rips open.
Now, I have a couple of notes here.
Yeah, let's hear them.
I specifically said, I'm not going to ask how he didn't notice, because that's too obvious a question.
Okay.
Of course, how did he not notice?
I mean, I've bitten into razors before. I haven't noticed them.
The blades graphically slice through his throat, killing him. His wife then casually approaches his dead body to kiss his head, saying,
Happy Halloween, dear.
Yeah, so she knew what she was doing?
I guess so. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know what we're meant to...
I had checked so far out at this point.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to go into how the actor was still moving, even though he's supposed to be dead.
That's all right.
I'm not even going to go into that.
I didn't notice that I ate a razor blade once when during Halloween when we were kids. People put razor blades and all kinds of candy.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, and you're supposed to take it to the hospital to get it x-rayed. Well, I didn't do that one year, and I ate a Snickers bar, and there was a razor blade in it, and I didn't notice for about a few months. It actually didn't occur to me until I don't know what a good joke would be here. Oh yeah, but by the way, we mentioned this as a passing joke. Younger people won't know that this was a thing in the 80s and early 90s. 80s and early 90s, people would talk about that. It was an urban legend that became a real thing around suburbia, and I don't think it ever really actually existed with razor blades being put in a candy.
No, I was just going to say that. I'm pretty sure it's all a myth. It never actually
happened.
Yeah,
it is. But literally, to make the younger people think how crazy things were back in the 80s, Shawn, we did take our candy pillowcases over to the hospital to get it fucking x-rayed. True or false?
You did that.
I did that.
Okay.
I lived by a hospital.
Okay, my parents, I did not do that, but my parents would inspect each piece of candy that I got before they would give it to me. They would crack it open just to make sure, and then they'd give it to me.
Well, yeah, by the way, when they were cracking it open, they were inserting their own razor blades, right?
And that, Wes, is how this piece of shit movie ends.
Is that the film?
That's the goddamn film.
Who picked this fucking movie out, dude?
I don't know. Who the fuck enjoys wasting my time like this? All right, Wes.
I'm not gonna let you ask me. I'm just gonna go into it.
No. We can't break tradition.
I don't fucking care about this. Movie's not about tradition.
How do you feel about this movie, Wes? Go.
Oh fuck! You got it in on me. Hey. Hey, good for you, Shawn. Good on you. All right, yeah. I do feel bad about kind of recommending it. I feel bad about choosing this one because it's not good. I understand why some people might like it because of the same way that people like The Room. I don't know. The same way that people get crazy over dumb movies. I understand it. I did like this movie for a long time because I'd never watched it by myself sober until today. It's not good. It's not really, the funny parts are not that funny. I don't like the gross out stuff's not really all that cool. I usually go on pretty much for about 5 minutes with this kind of stuff. I'm running out. It's not good. I'll give it like a D minus because it takes place during Halloween, so it's a D minus.
I'll break it down.
Yeah,
break it down for you.
Hey Sal, break it down.
No, this movie sucks. And I'll tell you why.
Please.
The story is pretty boring. The characters are very unlikable. The final girl has no personality whatsoever. The gore is very much lacking. Yeah, all around just sort of a snoozer. And by all accounts, this is a movie that I should like, given our history of what we've watched on the show so far. But
yeah, I know. Yep.
It did not speak to me in any way.
No,
I couldn't have cared less. I think it's the characters. If the characters had been somewhat likable or redeemable, I would have been a little more invested. But because they're all shitty, awful people, and the person you're supposed to root for is dull and boring, I didn't care. My final grading for Night of the Demons is an F. I will never watch this movie again. And to the people who do enjoy this movie every Halloween, great. I don't get it. It's not for me.
Yeah, me too. It's no longer on my list.
Nope. And fuck you for recommending it, Wes.
It's okay, man. Sorry.
Oh, God.
Do you guys have sour balls?
Stop looking at me.
Hit the deck.
On the next Bizarre Show.